What's going on, everybody? I'm Animusj, and welcome back to JWorld. We are standing just a little bit outside of the Skylands, I am calling it, and today we are going to work on the bottom structure. So, if you missed the last episode and you have no idea what's going on, go back and watch that, catch up to where we are right now, because we are hard at work on the Skylands. I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas. Today is the Monday following Christmas week, so actually you will have seen the last episode after Christmas your time, but I actually recorded it quite a bit in advance. So I did do a little bit of treasure hunting and got some bamboo out of a jungle that was nearby, and so yes, I did a little bit of work. I did a water elevator leading to the top of our Skylands. There is no way down at the moment. I believe what I need to do, oh yes, I have water right there so that I can drop down right there. It is a little bit risky though, but what we're going to do is essentially the water elevator is going to be surrounded by stone, and that's why my inventory is completely full of stone right now, and hopefully I have more cobblestone over in here. Otherwise we're gonna have to make a little bit of cobblestone. Let's see, oh yeah, we got plenty. Let's just take a couple stacks of that. And so what we're going to do is make it look like this base right here that we have going on was actually pulled from the ground. So we're going to have rocks and crags and things like that hanging down from this to make it look like it is an actual chunk of the land that was lifted up and suspended in the air by our magical, not so magical, technologically advanced, scientific, whatever we want to call it, the lifter thingy. I don't know. If you guys got a name for it, put a name down in the comments and let me know that what you think that thing should be called, because right now it's just the ring. The ring. The ring. Also, yes, we're not doing so great on armor at the moment. Basically, I just keep killing mobs that have armor on them and then adopting their armor. So yeah, but I think what I'm going to do, because I have a stack, I think I have exactly a stack of diamonds back at the base, and so I think I'm finally going to make some diamond armor. And then once we have some diamond armor, I'm thinking it is probably about time to go find the end. Yes, I think we're going to go look for a stronghold, possibly in the next episode, maybe, and we are going to then kill the end dragon and do all of that kind of stuff. But today's episode is going to be focused on this. Now, I wish I had more bamboo. Oh, there it is right there. I wish I had more bamboo. And even if I had more bamboo, I need more string as well in order to make scaffolding. So this is going to be just a little bit rough because I'm going to have to use these blocks in order to make the scaffolding. I'm going to have to use normal blocks in order to get all over the place. But essentially what we're going to do is we're just going to walk all over and we're going to place blocks just like this and slowly build out our area. So I'm going to get to work on that, and then I will bring you guys back in just a moment. It might be a little bit hard to see, but I have a frame of sorts in place. It might probably looks really weird to you guys because you have no idea what I'm doing. I mean, you know what I'm trying to do, but you have no idea the method about which I'm doing it. So, okay, I started with this one, and then like 3/4 of the way through, I realized, you know, I can do this a different way. So, what I did is I pillared up, okay? I pillared up to right there from the ground, obviously. And then what I did is I went over, up, over, up, all the way until I reached up to there. And then it took a little bit of adjustment, and it's far from perfect. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pillar up next to each of these frames, as I am calling them, and then we'll do the same thing. But what we'll do this time as we're going up, so I believe I did the center on each one. So what I'll do is I'll come up here. Okay, and I do apologize for this being a little bit dark. And you know what? Let me try this right here. video, and let's just turn this up all the way because we're in the dark, and hopefully that helps you guys. Actually, it seems a whole lot better to me already. Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll start on the same block, okay? And then I'll come up in the same spot, and then we'll come up. And now this time I'm gonna skip this block and I'm just gonna come up to right here, okay? And then I'm going to extend it. So you see there's no block there, but there is a block here, okay? And then I'll come up, and then here, and then, so you see how I'm doing this? I'm kind of, now there is a block here, but I'm not gonna put it right here. I'll put it the next one. So what I'm doing is I'm following the same relative path, except what I'm doing is I'm making it just a little bit different, okay? It's gonna end up being a bit offset. And this is the same exact way that I make custom trees. And I should say giant custom trees, like massive trees. The very first JWorld that I did, I had an incredible tree. It's called Mushroom Island Transformation, I believe is what it's called on the channel. And unfortunately, that was one of the last videos that I made on that JWorld because the files got corrupted or lost, or no, not lost, but something happened when I downloaded it from the server and changed over to a different server, that none of the blocks that I had placed were saved, and I could not figure out what happened. And I tried to save it, but the server company that I had been going through, they were no help whatsoever. They were actually extremely grumpy with me. Yeah, they were not happy. I was extremely grumpy with them as well. In any case, when I build massive giant trees, that is how I build all of the leaves for the tree. And so I figured, you know what, I can follow this same premise, but upside down. So now if you look at it, and again, it's a little bit hard to see in the dark, I do apologize. Let me get at a better angle here. Okay, so you can see, wait, dang it. So you can see what we have is we have the start of our land mass, and that's how you make it not identical. Okay, now some of them you do want to be identical because you want to have wider pieces. Like this other side, I'll probably do it exactly identical. And then what I'll do is I'll pull it back a little bit on here, and then so on and so forth, and eventually just slowly work my way to where it connects over to this one, connects over to that one, connects around to the other side. And so that's how I'm going to do this. And then what I'm going to do is, because this is obviously like just a very rough singular spike, and that's not what I want. What I want is to have lots of smaller spikes like that one. So it'll come down and go up, and then come down and go up, and come down and go, well, just be down. And so what I'm going to do after I have all of this basically connected is then I will just pillar up in random locations, like say right here. I'll break into it, I'll pull it down a little bit over here, I'll connect it back up over there, and we'll make big spikes like that so that it looks like it has stalactites. And then what we'll do is we'll go through and we'll mix in all of our stone, our andesite, maybe even some gravel, possibly, some stairs, some fences, some slabs, and we'll make it look really fancy. But the first thing we need to do is obviously getting this frame in place and then connecting up the frame, all four of the frames, to each other. And that right there is 25%, 1/4 of the landmass all filled in. Now, I think it actually looks pretty decent from right here, but that's because the trees are hiding what's down there. And it's not that down there necessarily looks bad, it's that I think the entire structure, there we go. So you can see it a little bit better here. And I personally think, I'm not sure what you guys think, but for one, I think I did a really good job breaking up the features and making it look really nice. But what I think is we need to cut it off right about there where the darkness is. And that's because I'm just thinking about pulling it out of the ground, right? And I'm thinking about the amount of weight that is hanging from a giant spike of land like that. And what I'm thinking is it probably would have broken off and fallen while the rest of this got pulled up. And I think it would look so much better if we did cut it off right there, somewhere around right there. And I have some scaffolding now, but the bamboo grew, and the ratio of bamboo to string in order to make scaffolding is actually really good. I've also been killing spiders every time they spawn, but in any case, I'm going to cut it off right there. So that's the nice thing about doing it in the way that I did, is I can now step back before I do the rest of it, and I can say, okay, what's working, what's not working. And I've been watching it as I've been doing it, and, you know, seeing, okay, where do I need to change what I'm doing? Where do I need to pull it out more? Where do I need to push it in more, kind of a thing. And there is the Skylands from the distance, and you can see that the level that I cut it off at is pretty good. It's gonna make it just below the level of the tree, still visible. It's still gonna be able to tell how awesome it is from pretty far away. Problem is I ran out of stone, so I've been doing a lot of mining, and I actually did a ton of mining and then filled in some more, and then did some more mining and then filled in some more, and then now I have that. So we are almost to the halfway mark. So that line right there from, wait, is it? Maybe we're a little further than I thought. I don't know. Anyway, oh, I think we are actually halfway done, possibly. I don't know. We're somewhere around halfway done. We're close to it. In any case, I thought we could take a break and do a little bit of work with these dudes. Is the sun going down? Oh, there it is. Yes, it is. And that is because, remember that I said I wanted to possibly do the dragon in the next episode. So I thought, you know what? I hate making diamond armor and then fighting the dragon and losing it. So I thought, you know what? With these villagers, we have tools that we can take that if we lose them, for instance, this pickaxe, Silk Touch 1, Sharpness 2, that's pretty good for fighting the dragon. And I can even combine it with others, and these came from these dudes. So I can get a couple of them. Actually, I do have a couple of them, I believe. Yeah, see, look at this. Unbreaking 2 swords, Silk Touch, Unbreaking 3 axes, and then I have the Silk Touch Sharpness 2 axes. I can combine a bunch of these things and just make some throwaway weapons that if I lose them, well, you know what, who cares? Because they only cost me a couple of emeralds with these awesome dudes. So I thought that what we could do is pull 1 or 2 of these guys out of here, stash them away somewhere temporarily, and get an armorer and try to get some throwaway armor as well. Because even if it's just like a chest plate or pants, that would be super helpful to have some diamond stuff rather than throwing away a bunch of iron stuff, because we want to keep all of our iron to try and make a beacon when we get to that point. So I'm gonna have to get this dude like pretty far away though in order for these guys to breed up. Okay, let me do a little bit of work, and then I'll show you guys what we end up with. Okay, as the rain starts falling on our village here, inside of this house right here, safely tucked away, is my tool and weapon dudes. So we have the toolsmith here. I thought you were the tool. Oh, you're the weapon. Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. So these guys are the toolsmiths. Okay, weaponsmith right here. So when we need to get our weapons and tools, we come to these dudes right here inside of our village. So what I need to do now is I need to make a blast furnace and then take it out there. Oh, I'm not using this one, am I? No, I'm not. I'm just gonna take this one. Yep, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna take this out there, and then what I did is I ripped up all of their beds because I want to make sure the very first tool dude that I brought over to this house, he had a little bit of issues wanting to move. He kept, even though he was in here, he kept trying to get to that village. And I even pulled up his bed before I moved him over here. So I want to make sure that he is not associating his bed there with his village over here. They need to be 2 completely separate villages in order for the breeder to work. And this is how I got him out, by the way. You can, I don't know how long it's been like this, but you can, with a boat, you can go up waterfalls just like so. As long as there's water on the next level above you, and you're not a drunk driver, anyways, you can just ride the boat straight up there. So that's how I got them all the way over there and up to surface. So that was pretty easy. And if I could stop moving so slow, that would be fantastic. So we did a little reorganizing, and I know these doors seem obsessive, but I'm just so paranoid about these guys getting taken over by zombies. I don't want to lose them. We have so many amazing trades in here. So they're a little upset with me, as you can see. They're all kind of staring at me because I have all their beds in my inventory and I move all of their lecterns up to here. And I don't know if they reclaimed their lecterns or not. But what I want to do is I want to wait it out like a day or two just to make sure that this village right here is not connected to those dudes, because that's going to just ruin so much for me. And then I'll lay their beds down, and also them not associating with their workstations has also has me nervous about what's taking place in here. And then what we'll do is, and actually we can just do this now, I have carrots to hopefully get these guys to start breeding again, but right now they're not going to do so because there's no beds. So ideally, I mean, even if they're connected to over there, there's less beds than there is villagers, so they're not going to breed. Yeah, so anyways, then what the next step will be is to place down this blast furnace once we do have a grown adult, and work on getting a very, very nice armorer dude. So I'm going to work on that. Check it out. Look at us. Diamonds, diamonds, shiny diamonds. Yeah, we're looking pretty good, guys. So we got a couple dudes. We got 3 of them. It only took 3 of them. Did we even take from all 3 of them? I think we did. So let's take a look here. We got blast protection 1 on the helmet, protection 2 on breaking, protection 2, and unbreaking 1. So, and then of course we have, you know, the dudes that give us the unbreaking 3 and mending. So we can throw that on there as well. I don't know if I want to do that necessarily for the dragon fight, because that might be a bit of a waste. Like if I get in there and then it's like, bam, knocked in the void. Like, oh, okay, cool. But these guys, and they cooperated pretty well, I gotta say. So we got some blast protection 2 pants on this guy. Blast protection 1. This dude's afraid of getting blown up, I guess. And then with this dude, we have the unbreaking 1. We have thorns 1, projectile 2. So not a big fan of that because I don't like thorns. Projectile protection, however, that's pretty good. That's a good one. And then where's the other dude? Here he is. Yeah. And then with this dude now, we have protection 2, and breaking 2. So the combination of all 3 of these guys gave me a pretty decent full set of diamond armor to start with. And what I've been doing is, as well, I built up a backstock. So if you look right here, you can see we've got 1 full backup set of diamond armor already. And we can probably get another backup set just in case, you know, just in case, because, well, it is Bedrock and it is the End Dragon. So yeah, in any case, that is it for today, you guys. We are all set to go and fight the End Dragon in the next episode. So what I'm going to do in between now and then is I'm going to continue mining. Let's see. Need a maximum of 12 of these, right? Where are... I know I have some blaze rods somewhere. Do I not? Here's magma blocks. Interesting. I know that I got some. I am certain that I did. Here's my nether wart. Proof that I've been to an end fortress. Wow, okay. So, apparently what I'm going to have to do... Am I just blind, you guys? Apparently what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go back to that nether fortress, which... Oh boy, I don't know how to get there from where I moved my portal. Yeah, no blaze rods at all. Well, that's quite unfortunate. Okay, so in between episodes, I am going to go refine that nether fortress. I'm going to get a bunch of blaze rods. If I can turn these ender pearls into eyes of ender, I will go and I will find the stronghold, and I will get all of the stuff together, primarily a bow. We don't have a bow. We have no bow, and I need one that's reliable for the dragon. I need actually several reliable for the dragon. So I will do all that, and I will continue mining so that we can continue working on that bad boy right there. And just so you know, I'm thinking of cutting it even shorter than it is, because just I'm thinking about it, and kind of the way that I pictured it in my head, honestly, it's still a bit shorter, a little bit. I don't know. I'm gonna finish filling it in, and then we'll see how it looks from there when I start adding in the hangy down bits. Yes, the hangy down bits. That's it for today, though, guys. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribed. But that's it. I'm Animusj. I'll see you next time.